Welcome to the screening. Today's screening will be
Star Wars! We're doing Star Wars. Bum 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 ba na 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 na.
Welcome back to the screening. I'm your humble and eloquent host, Cooper Cobbs. Cooper A. Cobbs, I might say. And over there, we have Mr. Matthew E. Killingsworth.
Howdy.
How you doing, Matthew? How you doing, Matthew?
I'm doing fine.
Great. And over there, we have the majestic Isaiah M. Raetsky.
M stands for majestic.
And unfortunately,
Why
Mr.
majestic, dude?
I don't know.
Because
Maybe
all those
that
pictures
photo
of
Matthew
you
took.
are just
Yeah, that's
majestic.
right. They're majestic.
Just majestically looking off into the distance.
And scratching his mustache. And over there, unfortunately, Mr. James T. Lewis could not join us today.
He's gone.
He got eaten by Darth Maul.
Yes.
He got eaten by Darth Maul.
I was trying to think of the name of that. Oh, Sarlacc Pit. That's what I was thinking of.
Oh, okay.
I was thinking of the Sarlacc Pit.
Darth Maul came out, though.
And then I was like, but no, it was Darth Maul.
That's the most noblest death in the history of deaths.
Oh, man.
Yeah, man, that's good. That's good. Anyway, he'll be back next week to talk about probably the best Star Wars movie, Attack of the Clones.
Hopefully he'll be back.
He's being sarcastic.
Yeah, hopefully Tanner will be back, though.
I think everybody knew I was being sarcastic. But anyway,
Oh, yeah.
let's talk about Star Wars, okay?
Yep.
The most legendary film franchise of all time. Sorry, MCU. You don't deserve it. Star Wars does. And, yeah.
What is your
So-
baggage with Star Wars, Cooper?
I was going to ask that, Matthew. What's your baggage
no,
with Star Wars?
Sorry. Ticket check, Cooper.
No, it's baggage.
You changed it now?
I thought it was ticket check.
Yeah, I can't keep up, man. You keep changing it.
Okay. Hear ye, once and for all. It's baggage.
For both?
Cool.
Yes.
Okay, that's way easier. All right, my baggage for Star Wars. So, one time, I think I was like 7 or 8 years old, and it was at my old house 2 houses ago in Frisco. We were just
I remember that house.
hanging out one day, my family, and my dad was like, y'all want to watch a movie? And I was like, sure, what's it about? And he's like, I'm trying to remember exactly what he said. He's like, it's about guys with laser swords called lightsabers, and they use the Force, which is basically their kind of magic, and they just do cool fighting scenes. And then that night we watched A New Hope. So the first ever Star Wars movie to come out, technically the fourth in the,
We know what
Trilogy.
you mean.
yeah. Anyways, so New Hope, and it was good. I liked it. And then, just since, a few weeks after that, I guess I watched the 5th one and then the 6th one. Then we went back and watched the prequels, 1, 2, 3. And then I just went to watch all the other ones as they've come out in the theater, except for, I think, Solo. Solo we bought, a few months after it came out, after it was out of theaters.
Wow.
But all the other ones we went and watched in the theaters several times.
That's right. Isaiah saw Force Awakens 5 times in theaters.
That was a good one, though.
Yeah, actually. Yeah, basically I did.
So, yeah.
What is it?
Oh, also, I guess I should mention, me and Cooper used to be kind of big Star Wars nerds, so I've watched, all the Clone Wars and Star Wars Rebels and all that extra greatness, if that's what you want to call it. It sounded like something Tanner would say, but... Yeah.
No, it's pretty great, yeah. All right, Isaiah, I think you're probably going to have the most interesting baggage for once.
Actually, no,
So,
Cooper should go first, since...
Oh, yeah,
yeah,
that's right.
sure,
Let's save the
Cooper,
best
go
for
ahead.
last. All right. So, I didn't really get into Star Wars. I guess you'd call it kind of late. I think I was maybe
Wait, what do you mean
8?
kind of late?
8? So my cousin, who was just 2 years younger than me, he got really into Star Wars from a young age. He didn't see any of the movies till after me, but he knew the entire plot. He was a big Lego guy. He watched the Clone Wars,
yeah.
all that stuff. And so, pretty much before I started watching him, I knew the entire plot, and I got into Star Wars because of him. Right. And then, I guess, okay, so then I was begging my parents to let me watch Star Wars, right? Then I think I was 8. And so my Christmas, when I was 8, I got the original trilogy, 4, 5, and 6.
Yeah.
And so I watched A New Hope on Christmas Day.
Nice.
And I loved it. It was awesome, right?
Oh,
It was
yeah.
laser swords, and it was awesome. So, and then since then, I saw 5 and 6, and it was great. I love all of them. And I love Star Wars, really into Star Wars. And then, I don't know really when I saw the prequels. I might have actually seen them out of order.
Yeah.
I think I saw episode 2 first, then episode 1.
Huh.
I think.
Hmm.
And then I saw episode 3 at Isaiah's house when he started watching them for the first time. So, yeah. And then, obviously, 7, 8, 9, Rogue One, and Solo, I saw all in theaters. So, yeah. Actually, I went to see Force Awakens for my birthday. Remember that, guys?
Yep, I do remember.
Mm-hmm.
What a nerd. Okay, go ahead, Isaiah.
That's fun.
So, I had never heard of Star Wars till I was like 11. So I don't know why Cooper. I don't know why Cooper said it was he was late to watching them whenever he was like 8. Well, I heard of it just because basically Matthew and Cooper for a homeschooling group brought lightsabers and started fighting with them outside every day.
Every day.
So
Yeah, that's probably an important part of our baggage we should mention.
So basically I just had no clue what they were doing or what they were or anything like that. So I asked them and they told me about it, and then I started watching Star Wars. I watched the movies. I did them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That
that's
order.
awkward.
But
that is awkward.
Because back then, remember, we all thought that we should watch them chronologically,
yeah.
but we should not have.
Yeah.
I watched them all
me and you
2
didn't.
weeks
Here we
before
are.
Star Wars 7 came out.
Oh,
So
That's right. That's the reason you watched them all.
yeah, that's the reason.
nice.
So yeah, that's my
Nice.
baggage.
Well, hang on. So let me ask you guys some questions. So, before each of you watched Star Wars, I guess Matthew, you didn't know anything about Star Wars, did you?
No, I just randomly heard of it one day when my dad asked if I wanted to watch a movie, and then we watched the movie,
Yeah.
and it was the beginning.
I'm not going to give any spoiler alerts because I think you should all know this. But Isaiah, did you know before you watched that Palpatine was Sidious and that Luke and Leia were brother and sister?
No, I did not.
Oh wow, okay.
Dude, I barely knew anything about Star Wars except that there were laser swords and fighting.
Yeah.
Well, see,
You guys didn't really
all they
tell me
have.
much.
yeah, that was a little bit confusing because I watched them like 4, 5, and 6, obviously. So I knew Luke and Leia were brother and sister by the time. Well, I didn't know it before I watched, but I knew it
Right.
from episode 6. And then so when I went back and watched the first 3, I was like, oh, that's their parent, and that's them being
Yeah.
born at the end of 3 and stuff like that. So.
Yeah.
And I obviously,
Anyway.
I mean, I'm pretty sure I recognized Sidious immediately, or as Palpatine when I started watching the prequels, because like he just looks
I
exactly
mean, he's
the
literally
same.
called Senator Palpatine.
Yeah.
Right. So, but yeah, let's talk about before we get into Phantom Menace, the prequels. The prequels. Yes. I'm sure we all, I think we've all stated we love Star Wars, but do we consider the prequels to be absolute garbage? Do we like them? Do we like them at all? What they did? What are you guys' thoughts on just the prequels?
I like the story that they add to it, but the movies, there's a lot of unnecessary scenes and a lot of unnecessary characters, and it's kind of garbage.
So you hate the prequels?
I
If you could go back, would you erase the prequels entirely? Would you rather they not be a part of existence?
That's a good question. See, I want to say yes, really bad, but I think now that they're there, I think there are a few little like good things that just like, cause like I've always liked stories that have a lot of connections with everything else in the story and stuff like that, and so I think just the like connections that it has to the Clone Wars and to the future of the future generations of the Star Wars characters, I think. And you get to see like a little bit of Obi-Wan's background. I don't know. I think there's just a few things that would make me want to keep the story there. Even, I mean, I would prefer the movies to be made in a better way though.
Yeah, so I definitely think that they are important. I mean, they explain stuff like about Star Wars, like the beginning of it and who characters are and stuff like that later on. But they messed up how they made the movie. They added stuff and yeah.
They added
They
I don't know,
added
just
stuff?
messed it up. Huh?
What do
Well,
you
I
mean
mean,
they
like,
added
just
stuff?
what they put in there. What they put in there kind of messed it up.
Like what?
I'm just saying, like, that certain
Jar Jar
stuff didn't
Binks,
mess it up, or how
for
they made it. Jar
example?
Jar Binks was horrible. Yeah.
Yeah.
Jar Jar Binks,
he
pretty
sucked.
much like half the scenes, more than half the scenes in Attack of the Clones are just garbage. Like, Leia, or not Leia, Padme and Anakin, just
Padme,
like
yeah.
those
Oh, man.
dumb, like cheesy
Anakin
scenes.
riding the giant tick,
Yeah.
and then like that was funny. And then, oh man, yeah, we can talk about that'll be really fun to. I think we can roast Attack of the Clones next episode. But my thoughts on the prequels. I don't like them, but I like what they did.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So, yeah, I think that obviously I think we can all agree that the lightsaber fights in these movies are like way better than
the choreography,
Oh,
the
definitely.
choreography is better in the lightsaber scenes. I'll give you that.
right, and they're just better. I mean, just like everything's better with the lightsaber fights. So I think we can agree. I'm sorry if you're like an originals to the core, but they are better in the prequels. And I think that if you watch 4, 5, and 6, the galaxy seems kind of small. I'm just gonna be honest.
Because well,
I think that the prequels made it bigger. I mean, you're going to like 3 new worlds
Of
every
course.
episode, maybe even more than that. So I think it made it bigger, and it, I think like we said, it added more to the storylines of the characters. It kind of portrayed how Anakin came to the dark side. Who Obi-Wan was. So I think they did some things right and some things wrong. And also, we have to realize we know the CGI is bad in these movies, but this was revolutionary at the time. Like these, made CGI what it is today, pretty much.
Right.
So we can agree that they did a lot for them, but we can all agree that there are certain things that are just trash about the prequels, right?
Oh, yeah.
First of all,
the CGI.
George Lucas. Well, yes, but I think I'm willing to give that a pass because it was revolutionary for the time. Except for the giant tick, I don't like that. But George Lucas should have hired a writer. Okay, I don't.
Right.
Especially in episode 2, that's where it's the worst.
Yeah. Give your favorite Anakin quote.
Okay. I don't like sand. It's hot and coarse, but not like your skin.
That's terrible.
I don't think that's the exact
So
quote,
bad.
but it's not. It's pretty close. That's
That is so bad.
So let's start off. Phantom Menace. Watching it this time around, what were your thoughts?
I mean, like I said before, it wasn't like the best or anything. That it was good. It was necessary because it explained stuff about characters, their backstories, and all that. So because of that, I think it was good, but only because of how they actually made it, and the CGI and Jar Jar Binks and all that were ugh.
Yeah.
I think I've watched this. I think that was my 3rd time ever watching that movie. I watched
was
it
my
the
second.
original time, and then I watched it as a build-up. I think I did the kind of same thing that Isaiah did, but for episode 8, I think we watched all 7 plus Rogue One, and right before 8.
I
and
thought
think
you
we it then.
watched all 6 with me in order whenever I watched them.
No, I think I didn't go to the first one. I don't know why, but
Oh, okay.
yeah, I remember doing some of those. But anyways, thoughts on the first one. So I think it did not meet my expectations this time watching it for what I remembered, because I was a lot younger, and when you're younger, for some reason you overlook bad CGI or bad dialogue, and you just basically it's all about the fighting scenes, right? And so the fact that there is better choreography and more, I guess, drawn out, more thought out fighting scenes, and the lightsaber scenes look, I guess, more realistic, then I guess I just remembered them being better than they were. And my dad's always trash talking them, and I've always thought, they're not actually that bad. But watching it this time, my expectations are definitely lowered if I ever watch it again. And my dad is kind of right.
Yeah, that's true. You showed us the Weird Al Yankovic
Yeah.
YouTube video for the Saga Begins, which is 10 times better than the movie. But yeah. So you guys seem to not like this movie so much. Actually, I'll give my thoughts real fast, and I'll ask this question. So my thoughts on Phantom Menace. I mean, watching it again, I think that it held up better than I thought it would. I think I came in there with really, really low expectations. This is going to be a trash movie. The prequels are all trash.
That's the opposite
I'm ready to
of me.
roast these on the podcast. Yeah, I know. And so I come in, and I actually find myself enjoying it a little bit. I like Liam Neeson and Qui-Gon.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
There's some bad dialogue moments. But overall, I thought it was better than I thought it would be. I thought that it was really exciting and enjoyable. I mean, if you watch A New Hope again, it's really kind of slow. It's exciting, but it's slow. When was the last time you guys watched that?
I think I watched it a year ago. And you're right,
Yeah,
it is
well, it's
slow, but I
actually-
For me,
still,
it was
I really
a lot
like
two
the
years
movie.
ago.
I like the movie
Yeah, New
a lot.
Hope's great. New Hope's great, but the thing is, the Phantom Menace, it's not that slow. I mean, it's kind of slow, but it's exciting, and honestly, I liked it, but I think it's not as good as the original
And
or
the
stuff
prequels
like
just
that.
have a different feel when you're watching them than the
They do.
originals. I don't know. There's something
Yeah.
about it. It's like they're trying to be, like they're trying to change it up or something. And I'm like,
Yeah,
why
they're
would you
trying to
change
make
what's
it new.
already like the best movie ever? Not that it's actually, but
Yeah.
like I don't know. The original 3, 4, 5, and 6 were so good that like I don't know why they tried to change it or make it different.
Well, I think that they did something. I agree that I don't know.
It's almost
I'm okay with
it's
kind of
almost like
that.
it's more high tech in the original 3, or not the original 3.
That's true. It's true. I agree.
It's more high tech in the prequels than the original 3,
That's a good point.
and it's weird because it's supposed to take place before.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that I like them doing something different. I like them kind of, giving you a new starship or several new starships every single episode, giving you new planets.
Yeah, but
giving
it's
you new
the
lightsaber battles, new
prequels.
species.
So like, why would you see starships there and then not see them in the original 3?
Because it's cool, Matthew. Okay, we can agree that the
Yeah,
story of
but
the prequels
I'm
is
kind
meh.
of about no, I'm about the story of the entire Star Wars,
Yeah, I
the
kind of agree with Matthew
Skywalker
on this.
saga. Like I want it all to connect and make sense. And when there's like little discrepancies like that, and they add different stuff, it's like that's why I'm okay with at the end of Rogue One everyone dying because they had to for the story.
Right, and it's interesting, right? It's defying the expectations.
Right. It's like who
And
makes the main
that's
character die? Like, come on. No, it was a good.
that's exactly what the prequels. They do something different, but in a bad way. I'll give you.
That's
They
my
did it in
point.
a bad way, but they tried to do something different.
Fair
Okay.
enough.
Okay, so my question, I think I lost it. What was it? No, I lost it. Darn it.
What are y'all's thoughts on Jar Jar Binks?
Oh,
Me,
That
sir,
I
want
think that
to
he is
kill
the
him,
Tom
sir.
I think that he is the
He's-
Tom Bombadil of Lord of the Rings. Sorry,
Wait.
of Star Wars. He's the Tom Bombadil of
Who's
Star
the?
Wars.
Is that Gollum? Who's that?
No,
Tom
you'll find out when
Bombadil. Yeah, you
you-
gotta read it.
you had to read Fellowship.
Bro.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's probably
We're
the
not
worst part
talking.
of the book.
We're literally on a Star Wars episode right now. Don't talk about
right.
The Hobbit or whatever.
That's right. Lord of the Rings. So, the Phantom Menace. You guys. Oh, here's my question. You guys have been complaining about this movie, like, it's so bad. What exactly
you
is bad
haven't?
about this movie?
Wait.
Okay.
What exactly is bad about this movie?
Okay.
Well, just. Oh, good.
Okay. Number one, some of the characters are just drive you crazy, just dumb, like Jar Jar Binks, and like a lot of the alien characters, like that flying blue guy. Like, why do they have to make him have weird accents like that?
Flying blue guy.
Like the flying
Anakin's
the
owner,
fat little
whatever.
master
Oh,
guy. Yeah.
Watto.
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah, that guy.
And
Aha! Ha!
Wait, what?
You guys can
honestly, the amount of CGI they used and like how bad it is, like when you're watching, it's just it looks so unrealistic.
Mm.
But I guess I
don't
can't
care
really.
about
Technically, it's about aliens. So
Matthew, in A New Hope, only once do you see a laser exit someone's gun and hit another person. Only once.
Why are you
Really?
trashing
Except
A New
in-
Hope?
I'm not. I'm saying
No,
I kind of are.
I'm willing to overlook the CGI.
Okay, fair enough.
Because
but like
it was new at the time.
I know, but like, why did they use it since it was so new and like not very good? Like they used.
Yeah,
they
let's
used
let's
the-
not
they used,
let's
hold
not
on.
change.
They used a
things.
puppet for Yoda
Yeah,
in
because
the
they didn't have
original 3,
technology.
and it looked
the
way.
technology was
No, no,
not invented.
I know, and it looked way better than the CGI.
Well, think about if you saw it in theaters and you saw Yoda, you wouldn't think, "Wow, it looks nothing like the real Yoda." You would think, "Gosh, they made that on a computer. It looks actually really real."
I kind of agree with Cooper on this. They probably would think that.
But are you
I'm
are
willing
you,
to
so are you
overlook it.
asking
Now it
what
looks
I
bad.
think? Or are you asking what people in the 20th century when it came out think?
Well, I'm saying make an excuse for the CGI because it was new at the time.
Okay.
Because they were trying to do something revolutionary. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, sure.
Okay. What else is bad about this movie, guys? All right, let's just talk through it and see if we can find some things. So, first off, dialogue trash, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
like, there's literally like no funny parts in this movie.
Yeah, and half of the
The
dialogue is just Jar Jar
negotiations were
Binks.
short. Yeah, that's right. What is he laughing at Jar Jar Binks now? Bad he is. Or making
Yeah,
fun
he
of
is
Jar
pretty
Jar
bad.
Binks the entire time. That was pretty fun.
We're
I think.
plugging our ears.
Yes. I mean, like, come on. Like, why? There's no need for Jar Jar Binks. That's one
Nope.
thing I don't
And then
like
they
about
make
this.
him like a, what is it, a senator or something like that for
Just
some
a
reason.
member of the, yeah, maybe like the Gungan representative or something.
Oh yeah.
Stupid. All right.
Yep.
So I think we guys touched on this earlier, but do you think that you would know that Palpatine was Sidious if you hadn't seen?
Yes, his hood is not even on. You can literally see his eyes at one point. I'm like,
Mhm.
what are you doing?
Yeah, they didn't really leave that ambiguous. So
Yeah, I know,
do you
it's
guys
totally-
like how that played? Would you rather
Well-
have been it been ambiguous or?
No, because I feel like anyone who saw his little hologram thing, and like all those guys that saw it, like the green guys with the crown things, they were also in the Senate, so they could have just told everybody. Like, I don't know. He was not very secretive, and like it's kind of inconsistent. Like, there's no way that secret was kept for that long.
Mhm. Yeah, it
Do you
was
guys
just.
do you
very
guys
obvious.
do you guys like how it played though? Do you like it not being ambiguous? You like that guy's Sidious, and you know that for the entirety of the prequels. Do you like that, or would you rather it have been left?
Oh,
I
I think
would
it would have
rather
been.
have
I think
been,
it. Yeah,
like,
I think it would have
surprised
been
by it.
really cool if it had just been this like cloaked hood guy that like almost like the Ghost of Christmas Future, like you can't even see him, and like you just throughout like the first two, and then you start to like get hints of it in the third one when he's like trying to tempt Anakin, and it because like that scene is supposed to be kind of creepy in the third one, but it would have been way better if you didn't already know.
Mhm. Yeah, I just. Yeah, I agree with Matthew on that. Like, it would have been so much better. Like, and I would have liked it a lot better. Like, just to be surprised by it or whatever. But because you can see his face or part of his face or whatever, it really
Yeah, I
wasn't a
agree.
surprise or anything.
It's like
I
the
agree.
dude literally has the most memorable chin in Star Wars. Okay, it's just like,
That is true. That is true. Yeah, I think that would have been pretty awesome. But I think that pretty much anybody who reads a lot of mystery novels would have been able to figure it out from the get go.
yeah.
With like, if you
Because
If you
I mean,
take the
honestly,
hologram and you
he's
make
not.
it-
He doesn't even play a role, like a necessary role in the first movie, in the Phantom Menace. Besides, unless
really
he was
just setting
dead.
him up. I agree.
Like, yeah, you probably could have guessed it anyway.
Hmm.
So, what's good about this movie in your guys' opinion?
Like I said, it like explains like and gives the backstory to characters, and then Anakin, who eventually turns into Darth Vader, and all that.
So, you like Anakin's story in this movie?
Oh no, I'm just saying like it gives a backstory to him.
I see. So you don't like the backstory, but you like the fact that it gave a backstory.
Yeah.
You know, now that
Right,
now that I'm trying to think about stuff that's good, I kind of thought of some more stuff that's bad. So I'm just gonna say
Okay.
it real quick. It's
Get it.
just honestly boring. Like, can you like? There's so many movies that you would rather watch than this. Just because
That is
it's
true.
not interesting. Like you said, there's no funny parts. There's terrible dialogue. Like, there's a couple interesting scenes. I'll say the pod race is kind of fun to watch, and
Pod race is
like
pretty fun to watch.
the lightsaber battle at the
Duel
end.
of the Fates.
The lightsaber battle, Duel of Fates. The song is really good on that, or the score, and yeah, that part, those two parts, I'll give are okay, like for a movie. But the rest is like they're trying to be like political and like walking slowly down a hall, or like I don't know, just yeah, it's just kind of not interesting, you know.
Hmm. Yeah, in my opinion, the pod race is the best
It's
part of
it's
the
just
whole.
slow to follow. Yeah, the pod race is definitely the best part.
The rest of it's more like what you said, politics or them trying to negotiate or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, the plot of this movie is not that great. I will give you that.
I'm like,
but
they're Jedis with lightsabers and the Force. Why are they going in there trying to negotiate? Go up to the control room and go slice those green guys in half like you do in every other Star Wars movie. Why are you trying to
that's what they
negotiate?
were trying to do.
No, they were
Well,
trying to sit in that
the thing
room
is-
and
the
wait
thing is,
for a
Matthew,
robot to
you
come
have
to them.
You have to remember, this is before the Clone Wars, right? So the Jedi are supposed to be the peacemakers. They're not supposed to start wars. They're not supposed to do that. They're supposed to be negotiators, right?
But
Yeah.
look at number 2 or number 3. They still do it.
Well, that's
Like,
because the Clone Wars are
In,
happening.
in Attack of the Clones, the second movie, you literally hear Anakin saying, "Well, we've decided to use aggressive negotiations." And Padme's like, "What's aggressive negotiations?" He's like, "Well, it's negotiations with a lightsaber."
Exactly. They were like threatening them. They weren't
The
like
only like
killing them.
decent, funny part.
Yeah, it's true. Antagonism. Yeah, I found it to be more entertaining than I thought. It may just be because I came in there with low expectations. I think this story was really just bland. There was really nothing
Yeah, that's on. Yeah, I'm just saying it
deep
was
about
all
any
boring.
characters. I don't think it was all boring. I think I enjoyed it more than I thought I would, so I guess in my mind it's enjoyable.
But apart from
I
the
agree,
two
there are
scenes
some
I
slow
mentioned,
parts.
what did you enjoy about it?
Okay, we'll move on. So, what do you guys think? What do you guys think about the cast of the prequels?
I have
The
no clue who
actors.
anyone is.
Yeah, actually,
any
we should have
actor.
looked that up before. That's my bad. I'm supposed to send you
Okay,
guys
so
that.
yeah, Liam Neeson. You guys, I mean, I know who he is, but you guys probably don't. Qui-Gon Jinn. You guys know Ewan McGregor. Maybe not his name, but Ewan McGregor's in a lot of movies. He plays Obi-Wan.
But
Oh.
he
He's
doesn't.
in
I didn't know his
Muppets.
name.
Wait, it. Oh, yeah, you're right. He is.
Yeah, Ewan McGregor is kind of good. I like Ewan McGregor.
But he's a different Obi-Wan than the other two prequels, right?
No.
He's the same guy.
Mm-hmm.
It's quite the transformation there.
It is quite the transformation.
He gets a beard and that red hair.
Natalie.
It's like
Yeah, Natalie Portman.
Portman. Yep.
Yeah. I mean,
She doesn't really have a role to play in this movie.
no.
Like, she
and,
literally does
I mean,
nothing.
all of these actors, most of them at least, have pretty good potential.
Right.
Natalie Portman goes on to become, decent actor. Liam Neeson's already a good actor. Ewan McGregor goes on to become a good actor, and George Lucas just wasted it. He had nothing for these characters to do. He's just interested in building the world and cool lightsaber fights. That's my biggest thing with the prequel.
Which are, that's what I'm saying, are the only two good parts of the...
Right. And the best prequel is Episode 3, not just because it has the most action, but because it's the most character developmental. Mm-hmm. It builds the most off
and
of the plot
because
of
it has
Anakin.
the most action as well.
No, well, yes. I think everybody agrees that 3... I think as kids we were like, yeah, 3's the best because it's the most action. But coming back to it, it has a lot of good story stuff for Anakin. A lot of good developmental stuff for Padme as well. And it just... Yeah, that's really why. I mean, it does have a lot of good action, but it definitely builds the story.
Mm-hmm.
But George Lucas just wasted everything. I mean, he wasted the new CGI technology. He wasted John Williams for most of it.
Yeah, how much did they spend on that?
CGI? Probably a lot. They had to, invent the technology. I mean, CGI was a thing, but not at this capability that they made it.
The young Anakin Skywalker looks so much like young Tanner.
Oh my gosh.
Like
we'll post a photo on our Patreon.
Yep.
I mean, it's scary. Like the haircut too.
Yeah, they literally look exactly the same.
The round. It's insane.
Tanner's the chosen one.
We will. Is midi-chlorian counts off the scale.
It's so funny because they they say that at first, and then it's like a few scenes later that they actually tell you what metachlorians are. You're just like, what?
Yeah.
What are you talking about, dude?
Yeah, George Lucas just loves nerding out about that stuff. He's like, oh, I'm gonna tell you, you're gonna be so excited about midi-chlorians. You're like, I just want to see some lightsaber fights and some developmental stuff for Anakin. Oh, also, we should talk about the similarities between how Anakin was born and how Jesus was born. I mean, I don't want to be blasphemous or anything, but
wait.
I mean, George Lucas think about it. Think about it. Okay. Okay. Think about it. There was no father in both of the stories. Right?
What is the official
biological father?
Right. What is
the official canon? I've heard
I always
rumors
thought I've always thought it was
like
yeah. That's what I heard.
Clone created.
Right, or
Anakin.
Because he can create life or whatever from the Force.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah, that's what I've always thought.
So according to prequels, he was conceived by the midichlorians, right?
Right.
So if we take the midichlorians and we say they're the Holy Spirit in this story, it's kind of the same thing. Anakin was born out of the midichlorians. Jesus was born, from the Holy Spirit.
Yeah, but there's a hole in that because that's kind of a good representation because the Jedi use the midichlorians for good, and it kind of guides them. They close their eyes and they know where things are. Yeah, stuff like that. But also the Sith use midichlorians to do evil things. So
that's true.
But
then there are demons.
So, but midichlorians are both angels and demons, and this is what you're saying.
I don't know. I'm just saying you can see there's similarities. They're not the exact same thing. I'm not saying George Lucas drew completely on that. He drew from Buddhism, but mainly, the yin and the yang. But I think it's pretty obvious that he at least took something from the Bible. Or if he didn't, well, oops, he did, So there's a lot of little things that always have bugged me about this movie. First off, the fact that why don't you just... It's always bugged me with asteroid fields and this. Why can you not just go around the blockade of the asteroid field? Right? Like, it's literally one small circle around the planet. Can you not fly above it? That's always bugged me. And then asteroid field, too. Like, an asteroid field isn't, like, covering the planet completely.
Yeah, because they just
go
fly
around the asteroid
it.
field. We have to go through this asteroid field. No, you don't. There's, like, a bajillion... those kind of things.
You can go into light speed around like the other side of the planet.
Yeah, it's calculate the jump before you leave the hangar or something like that. Like stupid stuff like that. And also, Naboo, we never see people except for like maybe one scene. We don't like these camps. They're killing everybody. Like, show us some clips of the camps. Like show Padme in the scene where she's like replaying the message. Don't replay the message because we've already heard it. Just show some of the show her looking at some of the scenes of people being killed or something like that, right? That's always bugged me. There's nobody in Naboo. It's so big you don't see anybody, even before, it's except for in the last scene, which is stupid.
That's true. Yeah, you're right.
So Darth Maul, huh?
Darth Maul, very face painted.
Yeah, that's true.
Like it's like shiny in the movie.
Yes,
that's actually
Darth
true.
Maul. Darth Maul's legit. They should just had him be the. They should have had Darth Maul be the bad guy.
Oh, definitely.
The entire 2, and just make him be like the bad guy, and try to make it ambiguous.
Yeah.
And then when he's killed, Sidious is like, "I'm the bad guy."
He's actually kind of
and
a
that would have been
creepy
awesome.
guy,
He is. I mean, Count Dooku's cool and all. And I like his backstory, but the fact is, Darth Maul's way cooler.
Yep.
And
definitely.
He's more interesting.
And he's got a double lightsaber.
Yeah,
And he's got a
exactly.
double lightsaber. Like, come on. Double the coolness, right?
It's so
And
funny.
apparently
like,
he survived the fall after being cut in half,
yeah, he was saved by fans. But
What do you say, Matthew?
I was gonna say, it's so funny to me how he like only opens one blade at first and is fighting, because he like has his little ace in the hole and he's just like, I got 2 now.
Yes. It's like,
And he's kind of
like, surely they've seen that before, right?
He's kind of beast though, because like he's fighting 2 Jedis at the same time, and like
In a very
with a double
obviously
blade.
choreographed fight, right?
Right. Well, double blades are actually pretty hard to use. I've tried before.
Yeah, they are. They're not very functional, but who cares? It's a double-bladed lightsaber, right?
Yep.
That's what's cool. Like, nobody cares that nobody would actually be able to use that. They care like it's cool. That's what makes Star Wars. The science in Star Wars is so bad, but nobody cares.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Because it looks cool.
Exactly, because lightsaber fights, man.
I mean, yeah.
Blasters. It's awesome. Duel of the Fates is awesome. I heard another review say they should have saved Duel of the Fates for the epic battle between Anakin and Obi-Wan.
Ooh.
And had another theme for Darth Maul.
What was
right?
that's actually?
I think that could have worked.
Yeah. But no, because
I don't remember the theme for the other one. But
it's not Darth Vader's theme, so I don't know.
That's true, yeah.
But
Duel of the Fates, I think the music makes it pretty sweet too. Though.
Mm-hmm.
But it's the best part of the movie. Well, us the pod race is the best part, second best part.
Yeah.
But Duel of the Fates is pretty awesome. All right, anything else you guys want to say about this movie? We're going to do in our shoutouts. All right.
Donor shout out.
Actually, real quick.
I feel like you say that every episode and we don't say anything.
How many double-bladed lightsabers out of 10 do you give this movie?
Oh. 5.
5? All right.
I'd have to go with like a 4.5.
All right.
4.5. So like 4
I'll
double
give it a
bladed
6.
lightsabers and 1 normal lightsaber.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, 1 Darth Maul cut in half lightsaber. All right. Yeah. I'll give it
All right.
6. It surpassed my expectations. So yeah. All right. Donor shout out. So I say the donor, and you say
Not characters.
no. What Sith from the prequels you think they would be.
Okay.
All right. All right. Mr. and Mrs. Raetsky, Matthew.
They would be Darth Maul.
Nice. All right, Isaiah. Nolan the Pony Killingsworth.
Darth Sidious.
Obviously. I mean, no other option. And then Matthew, your dad, Mr. Mark Killingsworth.
Count Dooku.
Obviously, I mean,
That guy.
he's got the right beard.
I mean, he's got like the lightning
got
and
the evil-
everything.
He's got the evil laugh and smile. Yeah, man.
Were
And
we
he's
allowed
like
to
really
do?
smart with words.
I guess technically,
Matthew?
is General Grievous a Sith? He's technically not, is he?
Yeah, I mean,
I wouldn't
not
count
really,
him as
but I would
Sith.
count him. I would count him as he's a bad guy with a lightsaber, but I don't think
True.
anybody's General Grievous.
But he doesn't have the Force or anything.
That's true, he doesn't. But don't call
That's
him a
because
droid.
he's a
All right.
robot.
All right. If you want a donor shout out, please go to patreon.com/the screening. Support us for $5 or more. We get donor shout out live on the show. Not live, but on the show. and because yeah, it's edited. And obviously, we love you guys. It took me a while to say that, but
Cooper's-
obviously we love you guys. And we'll see you back in 2 weeks for obviously the best Star Wars movie, Attack the Clones. And until next time.
This has been The Screening.